Oh, please, God, protect me, God. Almighty Father.
Spotted us and exited the book car park at speed. Now heading west on High Commons.
Please, God, me, God, please. Please, God. Our Father, who art in heaven. Oh, God. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. As it is in heaven, give us this day. Give us this day, please, God. Guide me, please, God. Please, God. Guide me, God, please. God, forgive me. God, forgive me.
Just transfer the car.
To the roadside balance.
God, forgive me. God, forgive me. God, forgive me.
Some government bloke to enter the evidence tent.
man who buried them put one of these in every grave. That's how they found them, with a metal detector. Would you rather wait outside?
No. I'm fine.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, you don't have to worry, Inspector. I know how to handle evidence.
I don't care. I've got 27 deformed babies. My only witness won't stop babbling about the blood of Christ, and now some man from the government is mishandling my evidence.
Fetuses.
What?
They only become babies after they're born.
Yeah, well, I've still got 27 of them.
No, Inspector. You've actually only got one. Every single person on this planet has got their own unique DNA profile. This one came from the 12-week-old fetus that was thrown out of the car here last night.
How did you get that?
And this one is a fetus found in a shallow grave in Tallinn, Estonia. This one came from a fetus in the womb of a young woman who was drowned in the Hungarian Danube. These are found in a shallow grave in the Ukraine.
So what's your point?
They're all the same fetus. And I think you'll find that the 27 others that you have here are identical. These fetuses are the waste of an attempt at human cloning.
Cloning? What, like Dolly the sheep?
This is the disaster that occurs when you try it with people.
Who are you?
Ian Hood, scientist. And I'm here to see that these experiments never happen again.
A special branch doing drivers now?
I'm not his driver, I'm his bodyguard.
Why does an old bloke need a bodyguard?
That old bloke is a science troubleshooter for the government. He specialises in physics and making himself unpopular.
What? The Animal Rights Brigade?
Yeah, animal rights activists, pharmaceutical companies, militant CND, Greenpeace, oil companies. Look, if you want to make yourself useful, can you just recommend us a decent hotel around here? Because I think we're staying tonight.
All the road warriors come straight off the motorway and into the Crown Plaza.
Right.
It's not far from where I live.
Look at these ones. I don't know what's there. Just have a quick look.
Alan to check out number 4, please. Alan to check out number 4.
Davey? Davey? You seen a little boy? Davey? Davey? Davey?
You missed these.
You're not supposed to be anywhere near us, Rowley. We've got court order now.
Dad's got a right to see his lad.
Judge says you haven't got any rights after what you did to us. Rowley, it's got nuts in it. You know we can't.
Oi.
You know we can't have that. Put that down, David.
Got yourself knocked up again, Kel. Who's the lucky fella?
Sweetheart, come over here. Come to me.
I asked you a question!
None of your business! Sweetheart, no, Rowley, please. No, please.
I saw what you did! You nasty little bastard! You should be ashamed of yourself! Oh, piss off! Oi!
Do it.
Security to R7.
Are you all right?
Security to R7.
This man you've arrested, I take it he's not a microbiologist.
He's a caretaker. Says he's been getting 20 quid a time to incinerate the bundles. Once he realised what they were, he couldn't bring himself to stick them in the fire.
I'll give up the 20 quid. Who's been paying him?
Oh, he won't say a thing now he's sobered up. Don't you know? You seem to know everything else.
We haven't been able to identify who's behind the cloning. Every time we get close to him, he disappears. And then a few months later, he shows up somewhere else. They called him Geppetto.
So we're looking for the Scarlet Pimpernel.
In the past, it was always Eastern Europe. And 1 or 2 clones. This is very different.
You should let me call that ambulance, love.
No.
Well, what about your family?
Just me and Davy now.
Isn't there anyone I can call?
Do you want to jump in? That's it, scoot over there.
There you go.
I've already got the hotel number.
It's my number, actually, in case you need anything.
We'll charge the caretaker with accessory to murder. That should make him keener to talk to us.
Technically, a fetus is medical waste. There's no murder here.
So it's not a serial killer. It's not a murder. It's not even illegally disposing of human remains. We may as well go home.
Implanting an embryo into a woman created by any other means than fertilization is a very serious crime indeed.
If it's not a murder inquiry, then I've already wasted too much of my time and resources.
Inspector, what this man is doing is abhorrent, and I need your help to stop Geppetto.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but chasing after some mystery cloner with a donkey's name isn't a priority. Doug, charge the caretaker with drunk driving. I want us out of here by tonight.
Well, we might not have got...
Leave them. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Never mind, we can do better without him. 27 fetuses. You know what that says to me? 27 mothers. How do you keep all them quiet?
Oh, he seems happy enough, Kelly.
Kept thinking about the childless couple. How sad they'd be if I lost it. The ones getting the baby after it's born. Lana said they can't have any children themselves.
I'm sure they'll be very grateful for your concern, Kelly.
It must be so sad for them. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have my Davy. What's wrong?
The placenta's lying too low. No. It's blocking the entrance to your womb.
Is that serious?
No, not really. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
If something did go wrong, well, I'd still get the money, wouldn't I?
The childless couple aren't a charity, Kelly.
I don't think it comes to that. What are you going to do with the money, Kelly?
Well, I own a flat, Doctor. It's not a high-rise, but well, it's away from here. That's the main thing for us. We've had a few problems with Davy's dad, like you've seen.
You shouldn't have let her out like that. She's got grade 3 previa.
She's also got the most viable fetus we've ever seen. What else could you have done?
She should be in hospital, under observation.
Impossible.
Well, then, she should be delivered.
It's too early. You know it is. The baby might not survive.
Well, Kelly, at least, would survive.
You'd have been happy to explain that to Geppetto.
She's a time bomb, Lana. She starts bleeding, she might not stop. She goes into labour. Oh, God help her.
caretaker's coming out now.
It's Matthew, isn't it?
Who are you?
You and I have got a lot to talk about, Matthew.
Magistrate said I couldn't go.
This is your last chance to do it of your own free will.
Piss off.
Oh, sorry. Did I do that?
You can't do this. This isn't legal.
Apparently, you're helpful drunk and useless sober. What's to be done? Shall we take you to a pub?
I'm not saying anything else.
Maybe no conscience, Matthew. This is no better time to clear it.
Jesus knows what was in my heart, and he's forgiven me.
Let's ask him, shall we? Look at him, Matthew. Look at the nails in his hands. Look at the nails in his feet. The wound in his side. Suffering for the innocents. Are you going to tell him that you will let that suffering continue?
Please, leave me alone.
Ask his forgiveness, and he will forgive you if you truly repent. That means you must tell the truth. Now, who paid you to get rid of those bonds?
It was just some woman.
Tell him, Matthew. He knows the secrets of your heart.
I kept giving all sorts of crap. It's part of my job. When she gave me the bundle, I burnt it. Like she asked the first time. Medical waste, she said.
Wish.
£20 she gave me.
Wish.
Easy money. I put it in my pocket. I didn't think twice about it. Lana, somebody. I got curious. And I looked inside next time she asked. I wish to God I hadn't. It's when the drinking started. I didn't want to think about it. What I'd done. What I was doing again and again. May God forgive me.
This is your chance to make your peace, Matthew. Crucifixes. Must have cost more than they paid you.
All life is sacred. I was the only one who could give him a decent Christian burial. You probably think that's stupid.
No, Matthew, I don't. I think it's a bit illogical, but I certainly don't think it's stupid. Oh, bloody hell. Is this where they bring the girls?
A couple of times a week. Most of them are only kids.
You obviously don't have a gynecologist.
I don't have anything that would interest one. This is the second stage. They implant the embryos here. But this isn't where Geppetto does the actual cloning. No, that really dark stuff takes place in a proper lab. Liquid nitrogen, transporting bovine semen.
What are they making, a Minotaur?
Well, you can hardly expect them to write frozen clone embryos on it, can you?
Have you got your panic button?
Yes. was trying to help.
Help? How was that help?
Well, I got the number plate.
It's probably false, and in the meantime, you nearly get yourself run over. Do you think my job's a joke? I mean, how am I supposed to help you if you're going to carry on like that?
Well, what do you want me to do? Press the panic button?
Well, it would have been better than running in front of a moving vehicle, wouldn't it?
His nose grew bigger and bigger. This funny one. Who's that? Just read your book, love. Hello, Dr. Hayward.
Kelly, where are you?
We're just going to leave for the clinic now.
The clinic's closed, Kelly. Go home.
Oh, I'm bleeding.
You're bleeding?
Yeah, I think it's getting worse.
Stay put, Kelly. I'll come and see you as soon as I can.
Maybe a hospital.
No, Kelly. Now listen to me, Kelly. Don't go to the hospital, because they'll take Davy away from you and put him in care.
Go ahead, Steve.
I discharged a firearm at a moving vehicle. Do you have any idea what I'm going to have to go through now?
Look, I'll tell them that you took the appropriate action with respect to the circumstances, and that you look just like Lara Croft.
Oh, well, thanks. That's really helpful.
You're welcome.
Look, I'll get DS Cook to run your number plate, okay? I overreacted. I shouldn't have shot at Geppetto.
Wasn't him.
I thought you didn't know what he looked like.
I don't. What that man is capable of, what he's done, that wasn't him.
You sound like you're expecting a little red-faced man with a goatee beard and two horns popping out the top of his head.
Perhaps I am.
So who did I shoot at, then?
Well, whoever it was, he won't be coming back here in a hurry.
They actually fucking shot at me. Oh, yeah, so I can see. But who shot at you?
I don't bloody know who shot at me. Probably the police.
Oh, God. Well, what about the girl? What happened to her?
She's bleeding.
Well, we can't go to her. If they found a clinic, they could have found her.
Do you think I don't know that?
Oh, just drive, Sydney.
Please inform the senior person here that a government science advisor would like to see them.
Look, I haven't got much time for this. Aren't you supposed to have a warrant?
Only if you're hiding something. What would you say if I told you that not very far from here, someone is really close to cloning a human being?
I would be surprised.
Wouldn't you?
Some people think it's probably already been done.
But not by you. We found this in an unlicensed implantation clinic.
And so you thought we were cloning people? I'm flattered, really. We're the largest biological storage and distribution company in Europe. If we were looking to move some dodgy samples around, we'd probably use us too. We ship thousands of those containers a day. All you've shown me is a label.
So this might have come from...
Pretty much anywhere.
Well, that was a waste of time.
In science, a negative result is as important as a positive one. It was a bloody waste of time. All this racing around. Bugger all.
Well, judging from what we saw this morning, our rogue cloner still has a pretty long way to go before he succeeds.
Oh, you are so wrong. Geppetto is closer to cloning a human being than anyone ever has been.
But I've seen photos of cloned embryos in the papers.
That's the result of legitimate research. Those embryos are not allowed to develop beyond 14 days. And the stem cells that they get from those embryos, they have the potential to become repair kits for the human body. If stem cell research is allowed to continue, it will revolutionize medicine. It'll bring hope to tens of thousands of people at the moment have none.
And what has this got to do with what Geppetto's doing?
Well, stem cell research is already massively controversial. With Geppetto trying to create his monster, it'll play right into the hands of those people who argue that it should be banned.
And that would be bad.
No, it wouldn't be bad. It'd be catastrophic.
David, get Mummy the phone. Get Mummy the phone, please.
Excuse me, lads. Do you know where Kelly Fox lives? No. Excuse me. Do you know a boy called David and his mum? Do you know where he lives?
Over there somewhere.
Up there, yeah?
Yeah.
Excuse me, geese. Do you know where Kelly Fox lives? Still not.
I need an ambulance, please.
Circumstances of weapon discharge. Be specific. Specific to each.
All right, love.
Before you disturb me, I think you should know that I'm filling out these forms because I shot at a man today.
Why did you shoot at him?
Because he disturbed me. Now piss off. Right. What kind of name is Geppetto, anyway?
Geppetto? It's a made-up one. He was Pinocchio's father.
He wanted a son so much that he made one of his own.
Rachel. Brilliant.
Well, obviously I am. But why am I? I thought I told you to piss off.
I kept asking myself why Geppetto chose to do the implanting here.
Well, obviously the facilities are better.
But he didn't choose. Somebody made the choice for him.
What do you mean?
He who pays the piper calls the tune. Isn't that what you say in Scotland?
Really, Hoot? Really?
Well, what if the guy who was calling the tune lives here, locally? Perhaps he decided that to keep a closer eye on things, he would do the procedure closer to home. And the girls, the carriers, they're locals too. The fetuses started appearing in 2004, so it has to be before then.
That's not much to go on.
And we know that the fetus was male, and there was no murder or violent death. Otherwise, the DNA would have appeared on the police database.
Sorry, but I'm still not following you.
You said it. He's trying to recreate somebody's son. I was so obsessed with Geppetto, I didn't think about who he was trying to recreate, or for whom. Only desperate, grieving parents would be driven to such extreme measures. We're looking for a parent who has lost a son.
OK, well, even if you're right about that, what makes you so sure that it's going to be in the paper?
Well, anybody who fronts Geppetto has to be wealthy. The poor die in silence. The rich die in public. It's always been that way.
Why don't we just look in the small ads under human cloning?
I think I've got him.
Hood, one story about a grieving father does not add up to a lead. Two units of O negative, I'll do the cross match. What's your name, love?
Laura.
And how long have you been bleeding for, Laura?
It's this afternoon.
So why don't you come to the hospital sooner?
I thought it'd be okay.
Any longer and you wouldn't have been.
Where's my son?
Don't worry, don't worry. We've paged a social worker down to see him. She'll get him looked after.
A social worker?
Perhaps we should go there now.
We can't go round there now. It's too late. We don't even know that he's involved.
I thought I might buy you dinner then.
No, I'm for room service and a long bath. Generous offer, though.
I was going to put it on expenses.
Right. Keep the panic button with you and use the cover name if you're going to sign for dinner, OK?
Yes, ma'am.
You're working late.
You said I was here to work.
What have you got for me, Doug?
The car that tried to run over your Professor Hood is registered to a Dr. Sidney Hayward, an obstetrician.
Well, can you trace him for me?
Already did. He's gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
Struck off by the GMC last November. His house was repossessed in January, and his credit card's cancelled in March.
Thanks, Doug. I owe you one.
So, maybe we could have a drink later.
I said I owed you one. I didn't say I'd give you one.
You changed your mind about dinner?
No. I've got a name for you. Dr. Sidney Hayward.
Damn it.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make my wireless connection work.
Yeah. Here we go.
How do you know how to do that?
You're the professor.
H-A-W-A-R-D. Poor bastard.
Why?
Trial by media.
Well, Doug did say he ran off with his receptionist.
Give me a surgeon with a steady hand over one with a steady home life any day.
I think the bleeding's about to stop now.
Is Davy still with a social worker?
No, he isn't, but he'll be here soon.
Are you sure this man couldn't be our Geppetto?
I'm certain.
Why?
You got a pair of tweezers?
I might have, actually. I do.
Right. Now, imagine this is a woman's egg, and the seed inside it is the nucleus that contains her unique DNA. Now, if you want to make a clone, the first thing you do is get rid of the nucleus.
Might not be apparent to you, but I do actually use those sometimes.
And you replace it with the nucleus from any cell in the person that you want to clone. Then I need another grape.
I'll imagine.
Huh? Original egg, new DNA in the nucleus. Now, you shock this with a little jolt of electricity.
Like Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's monster, actually. Now, the electricity fools the egg into thinking that it's been fertilized. Within a week, it is making stem cells which will grow into the person of your choice. Now, you place these inside the womb of the carrier. Then you employ a disgraced gynecologist to bring in the harvest. Cloning requires skill and knowledge way beyond Hayward's capabilities. News on Hayward?
No. A call on the radio I thought you'd be interested in. A sick 19-year-old has absconded from hospital.
So?
She's pregnant.
Rachel! Just a kid herself. They said she's bleeding.
Off and on. That's not the worst of her problems, though. The placenta is covering the exit of the womb.
Placenta previa. Yeah, my cousin had it. She had an early cesarean.
Your cousin was very lucky. This kind of stress could well send our girl into labour. If her contractions start with the placenta blocking the way...
Do you have the blood sample?
We should have.
To the White Cross Tower do you go?
About a mile and a half.
There's no other buses go there this time of night.
I'm afraid not.
I haven't got any money. Cheers. Come on, love. Come on. All right.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Run it on the police computer. Find out who the girl is.
What if she's never been in trouble before? She won't be on the computer.
Believe me, any girl desperate enough to do something like this is no stranger to trouble. Are we doing everything that we can?
Doug has put out an all-points watch and every hospital in the country's been alerted.
You know, we should be going to see this man. He's the only lead we've got.
He's not a lead. He's a name in a newspaper.
Rachel, we can't just sit on our asses and do nothing.
Look, we don't even know that this girl is involved with Geppetto, let alone that man is. Let's just wait and see what Doug turns up with. And in the meantime, let's get some rest.
Rachel,
I think you're overtired. Good night.
Good night.
Tough day.
Oh, let me get one of those first.
He's just closed the bar.
Oh, he's not, is he?
I would have got around him, but I wasn't sure he was still coming.
Oh, it's just perfect.
There's a mini bar in your room, isn't there?
So there is.
I like what you've done with the place.
If I'd wanted small talk, I'd have picked up one of the salesmen.
Essence Rouge harnesses the power of multi-hydrated liposomes to literally turn back the clock on aging skin. Its special, deep penetrating formula has been proven to clinically reduce lines and wrinkles.
Absolute
and
bollocks.
the skin from the...
Stop. Bloody gun.
An even wetter start to this morning, I'm afraid, and it will get wetter throughout the day with it.
I'll have a single malt whiskey, please.
Anything with it?
Water. Cheers. So, is it always this quiet?
What were you hoping for? Strippers?
What's that?
Armed police!
Oh, shit.
Say good! Oh.
I suppose he must have opened the bar again.
Do I look like an idiot? It's a hotel. Of course I knew the bar was open. What do you think I feel like doing is punching somebody?
No, I don't have as much to offer as Rachel, but you're very welcome to join me instead.
We shouldn't be doing this. It's nothing more than a hunch.
Once upon a time, you know, Rachel, gravity was just a hunch. Mr. Gifford.
Yes.
Ian Hood, do you think we could have a talk inside?
What about?
Your son. I'm very sorry to hear about what happened. It's a terrible illness.
It is. Of course, the real problem is that not enough research has ever been done.
See, you're leaving.
They say that losing a child either brings you together or drives you apart. I'm afraid it's been the latter for my wife and me.
Would you say that life is a precious thing, Mr. Gifford?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
I was just asking you about life, whether you think it's precious or not.
Can I have a word?
Do you really think that's an appropriate question to ask someone who's lost their son?
I think it's an appropriate question to ask you.
I don't like your tone. Who are you?
As a pregnant young mother, she must be all of 18 or 19. She's very sick, but something has frightened her so much that she won't see a doctor. Is this ringing any bells yet?
No idea what you're talking
about.
about.
But I think you have. Where is she, Mr. Gifford?
Where is who?
The girl.
Whoever you are, I don't know what you're talking about, and I think you should leave now.
Thank you very much for your time,
Yeah,
Mr.
he probably doesn't say he doesn't know who Sidney Hayward is.
Who?
This girl is somebody's daughter, Mr. Gifford. Like Alexander was your son, but she is somebody's daughter. She was loved and she was cradled, and somebody will miss her if she goes.
There is nothing you can teach me about grief. Please leave.
Poor guy. What have I done? I was so certain it was him. It seemed to make perfect sense.
Like gravity. Cordless extension.
You stole his telephone.
In one of his boxes, there was a brochure from Westall Veterinary about the transportation of bovine semen. And in about 30 seconds, he's going to make a panic call.
I can't leave the girl out there. If she goes into labour, she'll die.
It's hardly your responsibility, Sidney.
Of course it's my responsibility. I took the Hippocratic Oath.
Oh, really? Didn't realise it still counted. Once you've been struck off.
That's low, Lana, that's low.
Oh, no, Sidney. That's not low. Low is convincing me the GMC would clear you. Low is dragging me into this mess.
I dragged you into this mess? You were the one that first contacted Geppetto, not me. Are you going to answer that?
Your phone.
Why are you calling me?
I just had a man here named Ian Hood. Do you know anything about him?
What does he look like?
Who is it?
Well, it could be the man who found our clinic set up.
That's it. I'm telling Geppetto to cut this girl loose.
No, don't do that.
Give me one good reason why not.
Because she'll die.
That's not my problem. I said a good reason.
Because she's carrying the most viable fetus yet.
Is that true?
On your son's life.
This guy Hood tried some nonsense to scare me by telling me she was practically dying. Is there something you're not telling me?
I'm going to check on the girl. I'll get in touch with you later.
Damn.
You're not going round there.
You're right. I'm not. We are. So get your pouty ass in gear. Now. Kelly? Kelly, it's Dr. Hayward.
My contractions have started.
It'll be all right. He'll take care of you.
You're going to take me to the hospital now?
Do you know I wanted to see you this morning?
You realise the threat that Geppetto poses to humanity, and you'd like to make up for your previous lack of interest.
I've got reports of shots fired yesterday, and I want to know why.
Why don't you ask the person who fired them?
If it's all the same to you, Professor, I'll talk to the organ grinder, not the performing monkey.
You do well to remember that that performing monkey carries a Walther PPK 9mm. Look, she filled out the forms. If you want to, why don't you take it up with Special Branch? Is there anything else?
I don't recall seconding D.S. Cook to you, Professor Hood, and I don't appreciate you approaching my officers.
D.S. Cook was alone in recognising the importance of my investigation. He asked if he could help. In my experience, that's what a good police officer does.
Yeah, well, if he carries on like that, he won't be a police officer for much longer.
Where do they find these people, Rachel?
Bit late to tell me you don't like cops, isn't it?
Cops. Thugs.
Oh, he's not as bad as that. It's not his fault. I tell you, before we had reliable forensic science, guys like Bruno were all we had.
Oh, thank goodness for science. That's all I can say.
What did he want anyway?
Well, he was mostly interested in D.S. Cook's undercover activities for us last night.
I think your friend's got the same death wish as you.
My friend? You think he's doing this for me?
This just came through from the lab, but you didn't get it here, and you didn't get it from me. Kelly Fox, 19.
What's she on the computer for?
Assault.
Assault?
Her ex-partner used to knock her about. And one time she'd fall back, he pressed charges.
Some girls have all the luck.
Let's be different. Kelly's bad. She needs an emergency section. We should wait. No, if we don't do this now, they're both going to die.
Geppetto wanted to be present at the birth.
I've already made the call. Now I can get us a theatre, but we need some cash up front.
Give them my number.
You know we're talking viable here. Nobody's promising perfect.
Oh, about bloody time, Sydney. Does Kelly Fox live here? Sorry, wrong house. Kelly! Are you bloody hiding in there? Who's this old cat you got answering the door? That's done it.
This is it.
We've missed them.
No. You stay back here. Who are you?
The fuck are you?
The abusive ex-boyfriend.
Get me an ambulance.
Who did this to you?
Some cow answered the door.
Where's Kelly?
Should I know? She went in when I come in.
Right, we need need an ambulance to 99A White Cross Tower. I've got one casualty and he's got a severe neck wound. It is an emergency. He's lost an awful lot of blood. Thanks. Where do you think they've taken her?
I don't know. But I do know how to find out.
I don't know that he's going to do this for us. He sounded pretty hesitant on the phone.
So would you be if your job was on the line.
Really? What, Doug's job's at stake?
Nice to see you again.
You know what today is, Mr. Gifford?
Of course I do. It's my son's new birthday.
No, it's the first day of you accepting that your son is dead.
Sorry, I'll never be able to do that.
Tell me what they've done with Kelly Fox.
Do you know how long I've been waiting for this? How many false hopes in Belarus, Lithuania, Poland before I brought it here so I could supervise?
Well, we know of 38 false hopes. How many more are there?
You're not going to interfere in this. In half an hour, he'll be born, and you won't be able to do a thing. Have you ever lost a child?
No.
That I know you don't understand what I'm going through.
2 years ago, my wife died, and I nursed her through her last illness. Every single day, I would find some little sign that would let me believe that she might get better. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wish her back.
Don't tell me that's the same. One of you dies first. It's sad, but that's the deal. Try losing a child, because that's the day you die too. You're all rotten and dead on the inside, and the outside is just a shell that walks around. Your life is over, but the pain goes on.
It's grief. It's natural.
A price tag on love. Well, I don't accept it.
Well, what's your answer then? Because what you're trying is worse.
What could possibly be worse than my son dying?
Your son dying over and over again.
That's not possible.
You want to see your son again? This is one of the less grotesque ones. Even if he'd survived the genetic mutation, even if he'd been perfect in every sense, this would never have been the boy you knew. It would have been some other different child. Alexander is not the product of his DNA. He's the sum of every day you spent with him, every meal his mother cooked for him, every story you read him, every ball you threw for him to catch, every day at the beach, every night at the cinema. Really very sorry, Mr. Gifford, that you had to find out this way. That the soul is more than its constituent chemical parts. I can't speak for the child the girl is carrying, and she is a girl, Mr. Gifford. And she will die unless you help me. Car. Do you know where they took the pregnant young woman they brought in here this morning?
I'm sorry, I don't work here.
Where is everyone?
At their day jobs.
What?
That's how these places work. You pay top whack for decent food, daily newspaper, the occasional attention of a knackered, moonlighting consultant. Excuse me! Excuse me!
I was just passing in the corridor, heard the monitors beeping. You know this girl?
Her name is Kelly Fox. Can I do something to help?
You know CPR?
Yes, I'm familiar with the principles.
Good. Squeeze. Again. You. Can you go find us a doctor?
Aren't you a doctor?
I was once. I'm a little lapsed these days. Again. Did you see her chest rise?
What about the baby? Shouldn't we be trying to do something to save the baby?
Senseless. We may just be able to save her. But she lost him a long time ago.
Him? How did you know that? You're Geppetto.
Now you take over.
You can't just walk away from her.
15 compressions to 2 squeezes. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Cease the compressions now. She's got a pulse. How long has she been down?
I've no idea.
She's got a Brady. Nurse, 10 in 10 of atropine. You can get in a line.
Bruno always says they have to want to be cool if you're to have any chance.
Perhaps he's right. Just this once.
We've checked every port and airport. There's nothing to indicate Geppetto ever entered or left the country. She's disappeared into thin air.
She'll make a mistake one day. Thanks, Doug.
Hello, Davy.
How are you, Kelly?
You're the one who saved my life, aren't you?
Well, it was a team effort.
They're saying I can't have any more children.
I'm so sorry you had to go through this.
It wasn't just for the money. I wanted to help the childless couple. Will you tell them I'm sorry I lost their baby? They told me if anyone finds out, Davey will be taken away from me. Will they?
I'm certain that that won't happen. Good luck, Kelly.
Thank you.
Bye, Davy.
Say bye. Bye.
Bye.
These are the girls. All young and healthy. Soon, very soon, you'll be holding your son in your arms once again.
Is a hemorrhagic as bad as it sounds?
You bleed under your skin and your skin comes off and then you die.
In 12 hours, that virus will be in every major city, and 24 hours after that, it'll be on every continent.
If you don't pay me what I'm asking, somebody else will.
I just want to see my family.
So does the virus inside you.
We're 8 hours into an outbreak of variola virus, and we haven't identified its source.
She's a hero, Hood. So whatever happens now, you mustn't forget that.
Naomi Watts stars now in our Sci-Fi exclusive.
These appear to be classic night terrors. Now, unlike nightmares, terrors occur during the deepest stages of sleep.
Sleepwalkers, next, over on ITV4. And 11th Hour is back at the same time next Thursday. Next tonight, the ITV News.